Did your ears perk up a little bit when Elliot Friedman mentioned the name JT Miller to Toronto?
Oh, it got my attention. And I know it got your attention too.
I would literally do some weird things. Weird things would happen in my underpants if JT Miller got traded to the Maple Leafs. Yeah, a little TMI, probably, probably. But that'd be. Imagine him though, like replacing Kerfoot on that second line. That'd be unbelievable. Like that would just be such a jolt for this top six in both in all three zones. Like the guy can do a lot, and he's a rugged player. Plays. You talk about Campbell playing with his heart on his sleeve. No one tosses a louder f bomb out there on the ice than JT Miller, right? So, man, if the Leafs can make that happen, I don't know if they have. I don't know if they got
The assets to do it.
the assets to do it. They do have a first, a second. Maybe they would want Matt Nyes. I don't know what it would take. You probably would have to. Maybe even Kerfoot would be included in the deal.
I was
Maybe right. So that would be another guy that would replace him on Vancouver's roster who has term. So I don't know if we could put together a trade at some point. Maybe we could try and do that a little bit tomorrow. But the one thing that would make that a little bit easier is if Jake Muzzin did end up on LTIR. Like
that's
I don't know if they can make this move if he doesn't. But where do you stand on that?
I
E- go
watching the last few, watching the second line. I mean, we talked about the other day. They do need something, and like JT Miller is swinging like high. You see what guy like some are saying like the Tyler Toffoli trade is kind of like the comparable in terms of like what the return might look like. I
I
think it would be a lot
pay
more.
I would pay way more for JT Miller than Tyler Toffoli.
Oh yeah, like people were saying like
Well,
Tyler Toffoli.
Toffoli, I think, has an additional year on his contract though. So
He has
that is the
I
one
think he has a
difference.
couple of years left. Like there's term attached to it, but JT Miller's like he's been incredible this season. And what really catches my eye is when Vancouver went on that playoff run, he was the catalyst, one of the catalysts. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Elias Pettersson didn't look very good in that series for Vancouver. It was JT Miller, like Bo Horvat, like those were the guys that really stepped up for Vancouver, offensively at least. I know he was like at least a point per game, if not more, in the playoffs.
Was JT Miller, was he there at that time? Yeah, in
He-
the bubble. Yes, he was. Yes, he
yeah,
was. That was his first season there. Yeah,
I liked also he's versatile. He can play center. We know at the Leafs if they lose a centerman like Matthews or Tavares, knock on wood. I'm knock on wood right now. We don't want that. But having that cushion of a guy like JT Miller who is a capable top six player, I say ceiling is second line center, first line winger, even in some cases, like he is in Vancouver.
yep.
I like JT Miller a lot. I just am a little concerned about what the cost will be. Now, you will pay for a guy like that because I mean that's the type of move I think that would really put the Leafs, up top. It's just is that the move you want to use your assets on?
Right, right. You go back to the whole. Kyle Dubas said he's got one bullet in the chamber. Do you shoot your shot on JT Miller or do you shoot your shot on a top four defenseman? I don't know if they're going to be able to bring in both. They could open up a little bit of cap space if Jake Muzzin is really is injured and this is his second seems I mean, I don't want to speculate, but he had a head injury in St. Louis. He missed 3 weeks. He came back, played a handful of games, and then smacked his head off the ice again last night. Stayed overnight in Montreal. Apparently, tests look good. He's feeling better today, so that is a positive. But for his long term health, might he be a situation where it's, you know what, Jake, why don't you just try and rest up? Because even before you took that spill, he hasn't looked healthy. And I don't know what's ailing him, but he hasn't looked healthy. So maybe in a similar vein to what Vegas is doing with Mark Stone, and yeah, you could call it cap circumvention, but at the end of the day, these are legitimate injuries. Like these are legitimate injuries. And I think Jake Muzzin because this is a head injury, you often do want to take those things seriously, and you want to be cautious. Perhaps you kind of allow him to heal up, rest up the rest of his body, but that also opens up a little bit of cap space. Now he would have to agree to it, not even agree to it, but agree. Yes, I need to take some time for myself, and then from there, I think the Maple Leafs might be able to do something. But again, they don't have much. Do they have the assets to get a top six winger and a top four defenseman? I don't know. I don't know if they have that much in the chamber to pull off two deals like that. But hey, plenty of time to speculate and talk about all of that stuff as the trade deadline now less than a month away. But knew we had to bring it up because it got brought up today in the broadcast by Elliot Friedman. And it's like, oh, JT Miller, you think he's going to be in Toronto? And typically when these insiders, whether it's Friedman, LeBrun, McKenzie, or
Right.
Drager, or CJ, when they say something, they're not just saying it randomly, right? There's something there.
Right.
There's some
Right.
smoke.
You're
Yeah,
that
yeah,
meme kinda comes over like, "Ooh, okay."
right,
Like,
exactly. And there's a little bit of smoke whenever they start talking about guys. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but that'd be one hell of an addition to the Maple Leafs. That's gonna do it for us here today on the podcast. I'd like to thank you all for listening and supporting the show. You'd subscribe to the Locked On Leafs podcast on all podcasting platforms and receive daily Maple Leafs content. Follow myself on Twitter at Mickey_Canuck. Follow Dave at D_Morisuti. And follow the show at Locked On Leafs. Also follow the YouTube, Locked On Leafs on YouTube. Subscribe, like, share, all the good stuff. We're trying to grow that thing. I think we're almost up to 50 subs. Not bad. Maybe when we
yeah,
get to 1,000, we could do like a jersey giveaway or something like that. What do you think?
I got a jer I got some cool Leaf swag I can part with, that's for sure.
All right, if we can get, we'll do less. If we get to 500 subs, we'll do a giveaway, and then we'll do another one at 1,000. Right, so those are going to be our two benchmarks here. Hopefully, we can hit them soon. So, if you want to be part of the giveaway, you got to go. You got to find us, Locked On Leafs, on YouTube. Subscribe to us. Leave a comment down below your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on if JT Miller would be a good addition for the Maple Leafs, or you can reach out to us on Twitter to let us know your thoughts on that as well. We'll be back with another episode tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. What tomorrow's gonna be Thursday, so we'll be teeing up a game. Who are they playing Thursday? I don't even.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Oh, that's gonna be a terrific game. And this is a game like Toronto, they play up to their opponent, they play down to their opponent. This is a game where you hope that they play up and end up with the 2 points, end up with a victory, and get off the schneid three in a row for the three losses in a row for the first time since October. Can they break it on Thursday? I don't know. Why don't you find out when we break it down on Thursday here on the Locked On Leafs podcast?